pain. Welcome back, everybody, to Browns Breakdowns. If you guys don't know, the Browns lost. Go figure. It was a horrible game. Just awful game. I was not as close as I thought I would be in my predictions. Wait, was my mic not fully plugged in? Hold on. I think it's plugged in now. I'm just gonna check really quick. Okay, it looks like it is plugged in. It wasn't fully plugged in, but it looks like it's plugged in now. So I guess it just wasn't a good game. There's not a whole lot more to say about that. I'm trying to pull up all the power rankings if I can. I've got 3 pulled up. Let me do these 2. Okay, so I have 5 power rankings pulled up now. We won't do those for a few minutes as we have to do the actual statistics first. And before we do all that really quickly, I'd like to shout out, you probably guessed it, Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. Use that referral code right there, and we get 15% of the money. People have been putting stuff into their carts with the referral code, but we haven't had as many purchases, so make sure you buy it. They make great coffee, like actually amazing coffee. Some of the best you'll probably ever have. A lot better than the stuff you get like Kroger, I can promise you that. There's free shipping. Ships to anywhere in the US. Please pick them up. They're amazing. Now, on to the pain. So much pain. I'm really starting to get tired of my intros being that 5 seconds of silence and then me just saying pain. Can we please win a game? Anyway, so we have some stats to look at. Now, let's just do the Giants first. So Daniel Jones was 24 for 34 for 236 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He was fine. I mean, it wasn't insane. It was a lot of the receivers were helping him out. It wasn't great, wasn't terrible. Rushing wise, Devin Singletary was 16 for 65 and 1 touchdown. God, my thing is so laggy. It's because there's stupid 8 billion pop-up ads trying to load on all the 5 power rankings I loaded up. Tyrone Tracy Jr. was 5 for 23, and Daniel Jones was 8 for 20. Now, receiving. I'd like to talk about receiving a little more in depth. Malik Neighbors was 8 for 78 and 2 touchdowns. He had an unbelievably good catch. Well, it wasn't unbelievable, but it was an amazing catch that scored them that first or second touchdown. I mean, amazing catch. I texted it in the group chat. I'm like, that was an amazing catch. I can't hate. It was crazy. It was high, and he leaped fully up, both hands fully spread out, extended as far as he could go, and caught it and got both feet in at the same time. Crazy catch. He shouldn't have been open, but it was a great catch. I can't hate, unfortunately. I want to be angry and be mad, but it was an amazing catch. There's nothing I can say more than that was just a great catch by Malik Neighbors. He was good. If you have him in fantasy, I guess good for you. He was 8 for 78 for 2 touchdowns. Wan'Dale Robinson was 7 for 61. Devin Singletary 4 for 43. Tyrone Tracy was 2 for 17, and Daniel Bellinger was 1 for 17. On the defensive side of the ball, they had 0.5 sacks from Micah McFadden. Jason Pinnock had a sack. Dexter Lawrence II, who was really good, had 2 sacks. Elijah Chapman had a sack. Brian Burns had a strip sack, which is what made it, I think, 21-7 at going into halftime or something like that. He had a strip sack. I know that. And then Kayvon Thibodeau had 0.5 sacks, and Bobby Okereke had 0.5 sacks. So they were just tearing up our offensive line, unfortunately. Our offensive line performed really poorly. I can't defend them. They just played bad. It was just a bad game from our offensive line. So now looking at the Browns, Deshaun Watson was 21 for 37 for 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. It was okay. It wasn't anything special. It wasn't anything unspecial. Jerome Ford for rushing was 10 for 37. Deshaun was 4 for 26, and Donta Foreman was 2 for 5. Looking at receiving, Amari Cooper, I told you guys he would have a good game. He was 7 for 86 for both of our touchdowns. He was really good in that game. Jerome Ford was 3 for 33. Jordan Akins 4 for 29. Jerry Jeudy 4 for 27. Elijah Moore was 2 for 17. Cedric Tillman was 1 for 4. Defensively, Zadarius Smith had a sack. Ogbania Okoronkwo had a sack. Man, everything gets mixed up. It doesn't look like. Oh yeah, and don't forget, guess who got hurt? You guessed it. Myles Garrett ended up getting hurt, so hopefully he's fine. I don't know what the injury report is for him. Guess I should pull that up. Myles Garrett. Let's see, what do we have? Spread from feet. MRI on feet, so that's not good. But it looks like he's probably okay. He won't be like out forever, but he's okay. So we'll see what the injury report is on Saturday for our next game. When we'll see if he's in or out. I don't know if he's in or out. Now on to team stats. Let's go to that. Giants were 340 total yards. Browns were 217. Yeah. Actually, before we continue, I want to talk about the offensive line really quickly. It's awful. I'm going to just be completely honest. The offensive line is not good at all. Hopefully, we can figure some stuff out. But it was just not a good game by the offensive line. You can tell from the, 8 sacks I think we let up. Maybe it was a little less that we let up. That was abysmal. We could not tackle, or let me rephrase, we couldn't stop them. They were just destroying Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson wasn't helping a whole lot. He wasn't doing great either. But he was constantly getting pressured. And the Giants have a good defensive line. They have good players. It just was not a good performance by the offensive line at all. Passing yards for the Giants was 228, Browns 148. Rushing yards for the Giants 112, Browns was 69. Funny number, ha ha ha. And the Giants were 4.9 yards per play, and the Browns were 3.4. So on to, I can't read. Apparently, 21 first downs for the Giants and 16 for the Browns. We were 4 for 14, and so were the Giants on third down efficiency. We were 1 for 3 on fourth down. They were 1 for 1. They had 2 sacks allowed. We had 8. I guessed it correctly. We had 6 punts. They had 7. We actually did better in terms of penalties this game. We were 5 for 48. They were 9 for 68. We had 2 fumbles. They had 2 fumbles. 0 interceptions on both sides of the ball. And they were 33 minutes and 56 seconds of time of possession. We were 26 minutes and 4 seconds. So that is the game. It just all around wasn't good. I don't know why we couldn't. Hold on, I need to scratch my head, but it's not working. I need 3 hands. It just wasn't a good game. Apologies. It's hard to take off a cowboy hat and scratch my head and hold the cowboy hat and hold the microphone while talking at the exact same time. Anyway, off from that, it just wasn't a good game, really. It just was a abysmal game. I mean, we should have won this game, by the way. The Giants were ranked 31 in most of the power rankings I saw. Now, this isn't an excuse. This isn't anything. The Browns sucked. It has been a horribly messed up, weird, awful, garbage, terrible prediction year in this NFL season, because we've had the 49ers are 1-2, but that makes sense because they lost to literally everyone. Everyone's hurt. The Cowboys are 1-2. The Chiefs are 3-0, but no one cares about the Chiefs. We all know they're going to win the Super Bowl probably. But the Vikings are 3-0. The Steelers are 3-0. The Seahawks are 3-0. Those are the final 4 undefeated teams. I don't know what's going on, but let's do the advertisements really quickly. Yippee! So we will be right back. And there we go. And we're back. Browns Breakdowns, proud partners of Fanatical Elves Network, Fans First Sports Network. Let's do the power rankings. Hooray. All right, so this is NFL.com. This is Eric Edholm. I'm pretty sure it's always going to be Eric Edholm, but I'll keep saying it. Let's see. So number 1 is Chiefs, while Bills are number 2. That's not shocking. Minnesota's number 3. Detroit Lions are number 4. Philadelphia Eagles are number 5. Now, if we want to find the Ravens, they're 8. Steelers are 9. And then 49ers are 12. And let's see if I can't find... Cowboys are 17, in case anyone's wondering. And the Bengals are 21. Where are the Browns? Browns are number 26. It is 26. So the Browns, according to NFL.com, are 26. Going to Sports Illustrated, which have a really bad website, by the way, because they have about 4 billion different pop-up ads. Kansas City Chiefs are 1, not shocking. Bills are number 2, not shocking. Green Bay Packers are 3. That's a little weird. Detroit Lions are 4. Vikings are 5. Steelers are 6. Let's see. And then we got the 49ers at 10. Oh my god, I can't scroll, dude. Baltimore Ravens are 12. I actually can't scroll. Come on, please let me scroll. I can't scroll at all. Where are the Cowboys? Jeez. Bengals are 20. According to Sports, Cowboys are 22. That's kind of crazy. And maybe, just maybe, I will actually be able to scroll. It's getting really tiring scrolling all this way down. This is not good, guys. Okay, we're at 28 now. 28. The Browns are now 28. So that's not shocking. So Browns are 28 according to Sports Illustrated. I'm closing that garbage website. That's kind of what we were expecting. I don't really have a shock there. And then they have the Bengals at 24. This is Yahoo Sports, by the way. Browns are 22. Cowboys are 15. Steelers are 11. Ravens are 8. 49ers are 5. Chiefs are number 1. Oh, maybe. Are the Chiefs number 1? Well, that's the Yahoo Sports has us a little higher. Chiefs are actually 2. Bills are 3. So that's a little bit higher there. And then we'll go into the this is Fox Sports. So they have the Chiefs 1, Bills 2, Lions 3, Eagles 4, Ravens 5. I don't know why you'd have the Ravens 5. That's just kind of silly. 49ers are 8. We only have 5 undefeated teams, yeah. They have the Steelers at 14, Bengals at 15. That doesn't even make sense, by the way. Bengals are 15, they're 0-3, and the Steelers are 14, and they're 3-0. Like, hello. 16 is the Cowboys, and they have the Browns at number 20. And finally, we have Pro Football Talk, which is NBC Sports. Bills are number 1, Chiefs are number 2, Lions are number 3, Steelers are number 4, Eagles are number 5. They have the 49ers at 11, Ravens at 14. Let's see, they have the Bengals at 22, Cowboys at 23, Browns at 25. So that is your power rankings according to 5 different websites. My power rankings, I go Chiefs, Bills, Vikings, and then I go well, what was it? Hold on, let me check. Chiefs, Bills, Vikings, Texans, Lions. Or not Texans, Lions. Lions, Texans. That's my top 5 right now. I have the Browns at 24 at the moment. The Browns are 24 at the moment. That's where I would put them. So we're around the mid to back 20s. So awful. It sucks because I actually have to scroll like 5 minutes to get to our team. I wish we were up at the point where I could scroll maybe 2 seconds, like go 1, 2, and I'd reach the Browns. Unfortunately, I have to go blah, 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 like 850,000 times. That's just kind of what we have to deal with, unfortunately. Can we not argue again in the chat? I'm sorry. So that's the power rankings. This whole season is weird. But the Browns just aren't playing well, and that's a fact. I don't think people are understanding. I think, well, no, they understand the Browns are playing badly, but I don't think people understand quite exactly why. Everyone's blaming it on Deshaun, and that's fine. right? Blame Deshaun all you want. He's gotten what $240 million, and he's paid us like zero because he sucks. Deshaun is not good. Stefanski is having a lot of problems, and I think the problem is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's using our offensive coordinator's playbook, but he's calling the plays, which I think is just a stupid idea. I don't understand why you would do that. I personally think that you should call your plays. I think if the offensive coordinator is the playbook that your team is running, he should be calling the plays. And I think if Stefanski's playbook is the one that's being called, he should call the plays. And I just don't understand why a head coach would call an offensive coordinator's playbook. That just doesn't seem productive, right? Because I don't know Stefanski's playbook. I don't know our offensive coordinator's playbook. I don't know Mike McCarthy's playbook, but I know my playbook. I know how to call my playbook. I can call my playbook perfectly because it's my playbook. I created it. I've analyzed it. I understand what's going on. I don't actually have a playbook, by the way. I do in Madden, though. Madden. Ugh, can't say that stupid word. But it's like, why would you call someone else's playbook? Well, that doesn't make sense because they have schemes they understand. And it's the same. Like, why would the offensive coordinator call the head coach's playbook? That just doesn't make sense to me because it's like tuning a car so that it can race and then like driving it on the street, right? I know that happens, but it's like having a race car just drive around normally. Like, that's not what it's made for. That's not what it's designed to do. It's not how you run the car. You run the car to race. You don't run the car to just drive around at 40 miles an hour and stop at red lights. You drive it to go 190 miles an hour straight down a lane as fast as you can. And I think the problem with that is Stefanski doesn't understand the playbook as well as our offensive coordinator was. And the offensive coordinator doesn't understand the playbook as well as Stefanski would. And I think that's causing problems, and I don't know if that's going to change. I think it should change, but I don't know if it's going to change. I don't know when it will change. I don't know if it's going to change. I don't know how you would change it, but we really should. It just doesn't make sense having a offensive coordinator scheme not get called by the offensive coordinator. Or even you could say the same thing for the defensive coordinator. Like, why would you have the defensive coordinator scheme get called by the head coach? Because he never made the scheme, right? Like, that's almost like saying, I'm going to tune my motorcycle, or I'm going to play this video game a certain way, but I'm going to have my friend play the same way I play, but he has never played it that way before because he plays his way. And I think that's a problem. But Stefanski is not calling plays very well, and I'm not attributing all of it to the play calling, that he's not using his own playbook. I think that's a problem, but I don't think that's the main problem. I think the main problem is he's just not actually calling plays as well as he could be. He's historically, now I'm defending him a little bit this year because he has had problems with this quarterback. Last year he wasn't, quarterbacking wasn't good. And I mean, he would have done better if we had Joe Flacco numbers the entire season. I'm just saying the QB room is not helping anything. Wide receivers have been underperforming. Now, offense, just in general, has been underperforming this entire year. I mean, just looking at statistics, everything is weird this year. You can tell because the Steelers, Vikings, and Seahawks are three of your five undefeated teams. Like, what is going on? Now, 3 weeks in, right? This is 3 weeks. We have not, this isn't week 14, right? I can't believe there's still 14 weeks of football. Dear God, I'm going to actually just straight up die if this is what's going to continue for the season. But we still have 14 weeks of football. This isn't the end. Is it going to be? Does it feel like the end? Yeah. No, this feels like the end. It feels like it's over. We should just quit the season right now sometimes. I don't think I'm not saying the team is going to be bad. I'm just saying the team doesn't look like it knows what it's doing. And I feel like the team obviously has problems, but it just feels like that we're all just kind of lost. And I don't know how to fix that. And I don't know if that can be fixed right now. I don't know if it's a personnel problem, a coaching problem, environment problem. I don't know. But it just feels like the Browns aren't performing to a level they need to be performing. And now I will say this is again not an excuse. We have next year. People are calling the season be all end all. We do have next year. Again, we only have I think 2 or 3 free agents next year, and we have $60 million in cap space. We still have the trade deadline. We still have the entire next offseason and the entire next trade deadline and the draft and free agency and $60 million in cap space, plus whatever little extra plus whatever extra we'll get from the rising of the cap every year. So about 60 million, because we'll probably spend a bunch of it on the players that we have, the few players that we have going free agency. We have a great team. We just need to fix a few things, and I still believe this team can be good. So this is not the be-all end-all. I know it feels like it is. We still have next year. Next year, most of this core, if not all of it, will be the same. I know that's bad, but again, we have $60 million. We'll have about that much, give or take 5 or 10 million, to sign offensive linemen, to sign wide receivers, to sign defensive players, to, I don't know, draft a quarterback. I'm saying we should draft Quinn Ewers. Is that a great idea? I don't know. It's better than Deshaun Watson. I'm just going to say. If we suck enough, we might be able to draft Shedeur Sanders. Is he better? I don't know. Historically, I think he might, but we'll see. I don't know. We just have to try and remember we still have next year. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope. Did I restart my music? Okay, I did. Cool. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Please go check out Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. We need the money so we can fund our alcohol addictions while we suffer. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. In game, in Minecraft, obviously. That's obviously a joke. Hopefully. I guess I should put like the alcohol abuse phone number up. I don't know. I'm making a joke. I hope everyone knows that. I'm sorry. Maybe that was insensitive. I don't know. But please go check them out. Use that referral code. Buy anything, we get 15%. That is the wrong banner. Whoops. So I love you all, guys. Go Browns. Please live. The Browns, it isn't over. World isn't ending. But I love you all. It feels like it is. Hopefully my outro works. I have like PTSD every time I start like shaking. I love you all. Peace. Bye. Oh no, I missed. Yay.